head down with the goats here in just a minute. I think I'm gonna take a hike over towards Great Valley Road, which is, there's a trailhead for fish bowls. It's also a pretty popular place during hunting season for hunters to congregate, kind of set up a base camp and make a plan for their hunting expedition. Anyways, there's also other campgrounds, kind of, as well as dispersed camping. There's some horse corrals. So I'm excited. I want to check out what the water availability is. I don't think Piru Creek is a tributary to there. I might be wrong on that. We're right off of North Lockwood Valley Creek, but it's actually from doorstep to Fishbowl Trailhead. It's actually about 8 miles. So we're not going to do that today. I am going to take the goats, but I really want to just see what public access or what type of private land or fences I run into if I just kind of take these dirt roads that go by the police station and volunteer firehouse, up Lockwood Valley Road, right to Great Valley Road. Anyways, I just want to see what my access to it looks like. I think these guys are ready to go. I do not want to take the does and the kids. So, let me... You guys ready to go for a walk? Looks like they're ready to go. I'm still drinking a cup of coffee. It's actually like 8 o'clock already. But we're heading out. I'm boys and girl. So we've got 6 goats or doe. A trail dairy goat. That's what she is. Come on, boys. And the rest are all wethers. Well, that's not true. Bill's a buck. He came that way, so such a gentleman, but he's gonna have to get castrated, I'm sure. These babies are accidental breedings. Well, the La Manchas got pregnant at my sister's house, but that's because somebody dumped a little herd at the gate and their bucks got in and impregnated a couple of our does over there. They're little nanny goats. Come on, you guys, come on. And then the little Nigerian, she was pregnant when we got here. She kind of came in that group with Bill and Ted. So we've got 6 all together in this pack string. Not the best athletes, but we'll get them trained up. I don't know if Waddles is gonna make the cut though. We'll see how far we get before he's, well, I was just noticing that I'm already out of breath too. Well, we get going though. We find our stride, recover quickly. That's probably the best things about these goats, even though they get hassling sometimes. All you do is stop for literally 60 seconds, 2 minutes, and they catch their breath. These guys are kind of lagging behind this morning. The interesting thing about goats is, so this is kind of familiar territory to them. This is immediately in our backyard, or on the property still. So this is familiar area. When you get into a more unfamiliar area and the goats, they're not super brave. That's when they start to crowd your space because, you know, you're their trusted, malevolent leader and they run to you for security. It's really kind of interesting. So the further we get away, the more compliant they'll be, the tighter up on me they'll be. I have to tell you, these guys are pretty annoying. Like I was saying, you know, they're, as soon as we get just a tiny bit away from familiar territory, they're up my butt, literally. If I can even walk, this is what it's like. They take turns just stepping right in front of me. But that's what we're doing here today. We're training. These guys are the neighbor's horse. They're not too impressed by horses, really. They live with horses, so horse is excited about them, though. We're gonna just keep on moving down the way. Old Ted was having a hard time with Waddles being near me. He doesn't really like that very much. Well, I'm actually following Google Maps right now. I'm using the walking feature on there, and it told me to make a turn. They had a no trespassing sign right there, but I think it's because he did some tractor work and he just didn't want to, you know, draw people down that way and have them get stuck. He has a tractor over there. But there's a named road back here, but I don't have Onyx backcountry or Onyx hunt right now. So when it comes to determining private land, most of it all right here is private land anyways, but there's still public access roads through that, you know, an easement, if you will. But the goats are definitely up my butt, falling super close. But that's what we're doing today, practicing, training, getting everybody in shape. Yeah, you don't really see them strung out behind me there because they're right up under my feet right here. I can't even hardly video them because they're tailing me so closely. Yeah, Waddles is a little bummed. He's almost twice the size of Ted. However, he doesn't have any horns. And he's got horns and a little bit of a bugger. He doesn't like standing on top of me. Yeah, I'm actually finding it difficult to keep pace with these goats crowding my space. I use a water bottle. I actually put a little squeeze of lemon in there too, but I just start by squirting them in their chest and ears, and then in their nose and eyes if they don't listen when we're around sheds and doorways and stuff, or vehicles. But out here, they're crowding my space so much. I really wish I had it just to kind of get some room so I can get some pace going. They're literally, it's like walking with my daughter Blake, and she either wants up on my shoulders or she wants to use my shirt as a tow rope or something. But yeah, these guys standing in front of me is almost just as bad, or worse. It's worse for sure. I actually meant to grab a bear spray this morning because I don't even have a pistol or anything, but we're still right by it. Private property, so it's not a big deal. Before we hike into the wilderness, I need to have a pistol or at least have my my bear spray. I think we're still on the right little road. Yeah, we're definitely on the Chino Larson road still. I still have like a 5G service right here. You guys doing okay? One of the things that's been super duper helpful with keeping our pace up is I've been walking around with this stick here, you know, and when Waddles gets right up in my space, or any one of these guys for that matter, I just kind of stick the stick out and kind of bump him on the side, or just let it kind of lean against his belly. And so the harder he pushes, the harder the stick is pushing him. So I'm not doing it, but he's getting a negative result from trying to lay on my leg, so that's really helped. And in addition to that, he still has Ted over here whacking him with those horns. Anyways, we're almost to the Lockwood and Great Valley Road junction, so we're gonna go ahead and walk down that for a little while, and because this didn't take us that long. I think we walked an hour. We left at 8:30. It's like 9:30 now. It's hot. It's gonna be a hot one. Get over here. I don't know if we'll actually get to a water source for these goats, but even if it gets to like 80 degrees and they have to walk 4 miles, they'll be okay. It's kind of the cool thing about goats. is they're a little drought tolerant, a little bit more like a camel than a horse. So we need to make sure they get a chance to drink every time we have access to water, but 4 miles, 80, 85 degrees, they'll be fine. So we walked in here. We're on Great Valley Road now, and the car was coming out. The goats thought that was pretty cool. They weren't sure if they were gonna follow him or me, but they stuck with me. Kind of stretched out here. I wasn't sure I was gonna video much here. Walking up asphalt, it's not very pretty, but just thought I'd share the exercise program. We're all a little winded. This will be a nice little marker when we get up here. I'll see who's has the best recovery. That's really what I'm curious. It's okay to get tired as long as you keep trying and you have a pretty good recovery. That's what it's all about. But it also looks like we're gonna end up hiking potentially 15 or 16 miles today. I only brought like 1.5 liters of water with the flavor pack, some nuts. Come on guys, come on. Come on, come on. I just switched sides of the road, kind of blocked them out of my vision. I kind of got them moving a little quicker. When I get back to having some cell service, I need to actually create a Google account, an email account for my goat stuff. I'm gonna see if I know there's somebody out there, a company that call themselves Buttheads. for a goat business, but I don't know if they're like exactly how they've tried to capitalize on that. So I'm gonna start by just checking to see if I have can create a butthead goats or buttheadgoatadventures.com, created.com, something like that. Anyways, maybe I'll create a video about that. I follow a couple of guys on YouTube that hike with their goats. The one guy, I can't even think of his name. It's just he takes his 2 goats and his 2 dogs, and ASMR kind of thing for me. So the Firebox guy, he's cool. I watch all his stuff. And then of course Mark Warnke, the goat guy at patgoats.com. He's got the signature series saddles and panniers and soft packs, soft saddle pannier combination, then like a little kid pack. Yeah, talking about you for you, Spirit. He's probably going to be on the trail, so he's not very big. He's a little gangly. He's probably over 2, but he looks like he's like 9 months old. No, maybe not 9 months old, but anyways, he just seems young. But I want to let him participate. He can carry, you know, people's jackets as they shed layers or need a coat. He can just be on there with us. A couple of loose water bottles. You know, he can. He's just such a joy to have on the trail. It's a shame that he doesn't get to participate or contribute. So we'll get that too. It's expensive stuff, but we're gonna keep going at it, and maybe Mark, the goat guy, Mark Warnke, will maybe help us out or something. Maybe he has some used stuff he'd like us to give a second life to. Anyways, I suspect if I stay committed, there's enough rescue goats that maybe our paths will cross. So it's freaking nice up here. Scrub oaks, Jeffrey pine, juniper. Goats are, I promise it's close, buddies. Come on. Come on, Thelma. Show them how it's done. Thelma, come on. Seriously can't believe how beautiful it is up here. The wildflowers. I don't know what that one is. There was one of these out here that I told Scarlett it was called Scarlet Trumpet. All this little white. Yeah. It's beautiful. We'll look all these up. You guys made it? Come on, Ted. Hey guys, find some shade, take the load off. How's everybody? Mad at me? We're gonna stay here for a little bit. I'll peek over the hill here. The draw is right here. I don't think there's any water in the creek, but I'm gonna check anyways. So, super nice. The weather couldn't be better. The shade. I wore cotton, but a little sweat on it and the breeze blowing through it feels amazing. These guys are found a little spot to relax. Waddles. What? How you doing, bud? Never mind. You guys have to go eat grass. Isn't for you guys though. Sorry, I'm a human. Hey, you better leave the camera alone. It's my water, my juice, really. Sorry, I poked you in your eye. I didn't really bring any bushcraft stuff or really any camping gear up here to like really do any demonstrations or share anything, but I do have my bag and just a kind of a hank of rope in here and this little tote. I thought maybe what I would do is just do a PCT style food bag hang. And I was looking at maybe this branch right here. It's high enough, far enough away, should be strong enough to hang a bag up. So we'll give it a try. How about that? So Fraser Park, the weather says the temperature is 75 degrees right at this very moment, and it could get up to 77 today. And yeah, literally perfect weather, right? So the sun does feel hot on your skin. I'm wearing short sleeves today. I've already got a pretty good base, but my skin actually feels it right now. So again, didn't come super prepared today, Didn't plan on walking 13 miles today, I guess you'd say. But my stomach feels good. My M&Ms and nuts and cranberries, it's good. Got a tiny bit of water left. I could drink it right now. But I actually peed when I got up there to that campsite, so I was happy to know that I had enough, you know, like a fairly dark yellow urine, but at least I was able to pee. But I didn't drink enough water today. Anyway, blah, 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 blah. Moving on down the road, and the goats are boogieing. I'm really looking forward to getting a subscription of OnX backcountry or OnX hunting. OnX, I think they're both pretty much the same, but I'm interested in kind of the hunt one. If in fact that one of the differences is that private property boundaries are important for me. I'm sure they'll have that in that out back version as well. But anyways, OnX, hit me up, folks. I need to download. I need to be able to download map for offline use, and they'll still track the map. Anyways, I'm excited. I love maps anyways. I prefer to have paper maps when I have a chance to sit, but if you're just, you know, trying to get miles and reconnaissance and yeah. So they kind of tone back a little bit. I was thinking about this road crossing up here, and I can see both directions pretty good, but I definitely need to get a better plan, especially if I'm by myself. Having some sort of food reward system will be helpful. I have a plan for that in the training program. I'll get some clickers and whistles. Whistle for alerting and clicker for while they receive a sweet treat. I think it'll be good. Be a good little system to kind of reinforce a noise to get them to huddle up. A little disappointed in Ted. Pretty low on battery. So we're going in reverse. So I'm gonna save like the 25% that I have here, put my phone in airplane mode, and just save it for any extraordinary behavior or road crossing or wildlife or something like that. I want to be able to capture them when we get home. There we are, coming back into Lockwood Valley. How's it going, guys? We've got to walk down to that little road intersection down there. Oh, along there. Not too shabby. But our house is in this view too. It's freaking beautiful. Before I get down to the road crossing, I'm probably going to get in my backpack and get all my snack wrappers out of there. Put them down in the middle. But I'm going to put those in my pocket, because I bet you that if I act like I have a snack, that'll really draw them to me. That's what I'm going to do. That's my plan. Actually, I had a little bit of a funny thought. I'm actually going to turn on my phone, turn it off of airplane mode, since I'm getting to where there's a little bit of reception. I'm just going to see if my sister is home. One of our training aspects, Ted's really sucking hind titty. I'm going to have to rename him if he doesn't ship up, or in other words, cougar bait. Let's call him cougar bait. He's back there waiting for the mountain lions to come get him. Is trailer riding. My sister had the Rhea. She had, just gonna see for shits and giggles. Anyways, we're here at the crossing. It's pretty much 2.5 miles back from here, and you can see the road pretty clearly both ways. That makes it nice. I think I'm gonna do a little snack rattling. Look, whoa, hey, Roscoe, come on, look, come on, you guys, come on. So empty M&M package and then run. It's kind of working. At least they're all 6 are crossed. And of course, Roscoe's bringing up the tail. At least Teddy caught up a little bit. Old Ted, cougar bait. So I just ran into a resident on that Chino Larson road that she was worried about her dog attacking the goats, and her husband and son are working out there, and it's definitely not Chino Larson. So we're doing a little diversion. It's probably gonna add a mile, but oh well. She definitely wasn't very welcoming. But we're made a little diversion, and we're a little trailblazing a little bit, busting some brush, and we'll get back over around this property. So we're pretty much paralleling Lockwood Valley Road. Now, I am behind this barbed wire though. But it's pretty raggedy, so I'm just gonna stay over here, stay off the highway. And if I have to cross it there, if there's no other way, I can, it's pretty dilapidated, so we can squeak through there. I can hold it up for them. They'll be fine. Kind of bushwhacking our way through all this stuff. So this is probably gonna end up being like a 15-mile hike. Weren't really welcomed on that road that Google has wrong. And these guys are trying to quit on me. On the road was not easy. So we're in our home stretch. I'm just gonna see if I can keep them moving. So now we're totally on Lockwood. Can't get past anybody's property, so this will be interesting. We've got to make it another quarter of a mile, half a mile or so, and make a left and be on the road. I can't believe how lame Teddy is, walking right in the middle of the road. I thought I was in trouble there for a minute. They weren't coming. Thought they were like, "You're crazy, man. We're not hiking anymore with you." But they're calling to me now, bleeding at me and trying to catch up a little bit. Come on. Well, we did it. 15 miles today. And we set out to do like somewhere between 2 and 4. So they're kind of unhappy with me, but we're here. So let's see who shuffles in at the last. Come on, guys.